Well, good Thursday afternoon to you. I'm Jason Laird from the Storm Tracker Weather Center here with a quick afternoon weather update. Well, heavy snow already moving over top of the mountains and making its way into the Rocky Mountain front. Let's get you over to the forecast models and show you how this system is going to play out for the remainder of your Thursday into your Friday morning. So again, tracking very heavy bands of snow moving across the area. The biggest areas of concern for the remainder of your Friday evening are going to be southeastern portions of Cascade County into Judith Basin County and Fergus County, just into the Lewistown area, and just east of that, maybe even dropping into Petroleum County as well. So as this system moves through, again, it's going to really linger into the Rocky Mountain front and then start to kind of move a little bit further east. But notice how it just camps out over top of Lewistown, extending down to Billings, Jordan, Miles City. Very heavy accumulations. I'm looking at the iCam right now in into Helena, and in the short amount of time it's been snowing in Helena since the recording time of this video, decent accumulations already. So this is going to be quite the doozy this evening, folks, so keep that in mind. Now, the good news is it moves out very quickly on Friday. By about Friday morning, nothing really much left by Friday evening tomorrow, just a few lingering clouds across the area. So a very quick moving system, but it's still packing quite a punch. The biggest reason for this is that area of low pressure off of the North Pacific matured very quickly, a lot quicker than previously expected. And that's why it's just going to continue to wrap that moisture over top of the state, mixing in with some colder air and really, again, dumping wet, heavy snow. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see some tree branches down, especially around the Lewistown area, maybe even a power line or two. So, of course, we'll keep a very close eye on this system as it is tracking across the state for the remainder of your Thursday into Friday morning. Overall snow totals, the forecast models really have not changed much on this, so I have pretty strong confidence in just how much we're going to see. So likely about 5 to 8 inches throughout Cut Bank once it's all said and done. This is through Friday, so again, taking into consideration today on your Thursday up through Friday. Great Falls likely about 3 to 5. Helena did get boosted a little bit as that system. Again, we were talking yesterday. Helena's been right on the border of this system, and it moved just enough to the west that we'll likely see about 3 inches here throughout Helena. But again, Lewistown is the area of concern, 8 to 12 likely, with the mountains seeing even greater amounts, probably about 14 to 16 inches throughout the high terrain. But as for the actual city, Lewistown will likely see pretty close to 8 to 12 inches out of this system. With that said, a lot of watches and warnings in place. Let's go ahead and break these down. So again, the areas in purple, which do extend all the way up into Cut Bank. So again, just because you see green here, that's a whole separate advisory. This warning does extend up into the northeastern corner of Glacier, Toole, Pend Oreille. So just keep that in mind. That is a winter storm warning. So again, that area is going to see the heaviest impacts. This has been extended all the way over to Miles City and Glendive, set to expire right now at about 6 a.m. for our location. The other areas in blue, that is going to be a winter weather advisory. Now, the area I want to point out here is the area in green. That is an aerial flood advisory. We've had a lot of reports, especially yesterday evening. We started getting a lot of reports of flooding in these areas, primarily due to poor drainage. We saw a couple of days of temperatures into the 60s in a few locations and 50s for most, and that was just enough to really instigate some pretty significant snow melt. And with that said, the flood concern has definitely jumped up in these areas. We've had a lot of reports of farm fields flooding, roads, and whatnot. So again, if there's a road blocked off, just turn around. All right, I'm telling you, it's not something you want to risk. And I do suspect once this system moves out, Saturday and Sunday is going to be a major concern for flooding, as again, we're tracking a lot of moisture with this storm, and then temperatures back into the 50s and 60s for your weekend. Lows tonight still remaining cold into the mid-20s for most. 25 degrees in Great Falls, 28 here in Helena. A few 30s as we move further south. Tomorrow back up to the mid-40s, 45 in Great Falls, 49 in Helena. And again, as we enter into the weekend, we're looking at the mid-50s and 60s for a lot of locations. So that flood concern is definitely going to be on the rise.